Meet 24-year-old Luis Gonzalez, the park manager at Lamanai Archeological Reserve.
First of all, my job as my title said, park manager. So I manage the daily to daily operation here in the site, especially with the rangers working with me and the tour guide. So one of the point is I manage the tour guides which are coming with the tour operator to see how much people they're bringing, to see that they obey all laws and regulations. They're not running on the temples, throwing stone to the temples, and as well the maintenance of the site with the rangers.
Gonzalez is a resident of Indian Church Village, a small Mayan community that borders the reserve. Majority of the employees here are residents of Indian Church Village. The Institute of Archeology relies on community partnership as a key component of its conservation efforts within the area.
Over the past, we have a history of trying to engage the community, especially here at Lamanai. The community of Indian Church has benefited a lot from this archaeological reserve. But it was more centered at the archaeology, tourism aspect. Now we're trying to bring awareness at not just looking at the archaeological component. It's a mixture of things, and we have to collectively take care of all of these things. But the renewed engagement of the community is also part of the conservation project here, is to train the locals or continue training the locals so that they can know how to do the conservation here, do the maintenance. So they can also be employed.
The Lamanai Archeological Reserve is recognized as the largest living forested area in that part of Orange Walk District. It sits on just over 900 acres of land. Surrounding lands have been deforested for agricultural purposes. The Forestry Department and the Department of Environment have partnered with the Institute of Archeology in the commemoration of World Nature Conservation Day.
We're here at Lamanai. This entire area is a reserve. It's protected, right? It's protected primarily for its cultural remains, right? In terms of the historic pot trees, etc. But also the entire area is also protected from an environmental standpoint, from an ecological standpoint, because again, you cannot clear, you cannot destroy, you cannot extract anything from within this area. The reason why that is so is because if you remove, if you extract, and if you try to develop this area, then you'll have significant impacts on the archaeological remains, right? We have a beautiful temple just right behind us. Right? The reason why we protect a good amount of area around that is to preserve that so that we are enjoying it now, but we want the future generations to enjoy it. We also want the entire world to enjoy it.
When Gonzalez decided to pursue studies in park management at Escuela Mexico several years ago, he was inspired by a growing love for the environment and the conservation work that was taking place within the reserve.
First of all, because I love the environment. I love working in nature and protecting the historical things for the value in the future. I live close to the site. I am from Miniature Village, so all my life I've been involved around nature. So I like the animals, protecting them, for example, I like a lot about the history of the Mayas. So it's like a good opportunity for me for be working in a place which I like. One of my very important view I have is if we have people working from the village, they know exactly what we are protecting. So they will inform the village to not do this, not do that, and we'll have like everybody protecting the site.
Among its ongoing work, the Institute of Archeology is currently engaged in the Lamanai Conservation and Preservation Project. The $350,000 grant-funded program is geared towards preserving the High Temple within the reserve.
People might be familiar that over the years, even before the pandemic, the structure was closed and off limits because the face of the structure was deteriorated. And so we have received funding in the sum of just over $350,000 from the U.S. Embassy. And we are about the halfway mark right now with the project. And so if you come and visit right now, you'll see a completely new and improved facade of the High Temple, as well as excavations ongoing within the ball court area in front of the High Temple. So at the end of the project, people will be able to come in and appreciate, a more holistic view of the ball court area, all the structures surrounding it, and the High Temple.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.